पीरियड मतलब स्टार्टिंग से वो भी सुबह 4 बजे उठ के फिर वापस स्कूल जाकर पढ़े। ऊपर से एसएसटी लास्ट में उसमें मैं
किसी दिन वाले भी करना को डिलीट कर फिर से कर
बोला एटलीस्ट हाफ डे से अच्छा हिंदी क्लास में था उसके लिए मैं जा सकता हूँ।
मैंने स्पॉन्सर किया।
अरे इंग्लिश क्लास में मैंने सब अच्छा है
इधर जाके बाहर जाना है यार। ये टैब तो वीडियो बना रही थी चेंज कर।
कौन से देख रहे हो?
ए यार इसका वीडियो बना यार।
अगर स्टार्टिंग के 3 पीरियड तो उस दिन हमारा स्टार्टिंग तो नहीं
वो देख जाना
कि 8:20 से स्टार्ट होगा 6:30 स्टार्ट होगा।
चल ना जल्दी।
लास्ट के 3 पीरियड होंगे तो फिर
अभी फोन कर दिया।
ट्यूसडे को 2 मैथ्स और 1 एसएसटी है लास्ट के 3 पीरियड्स।
अरे ना
ट्यूसडे को लास्ट अरे इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों में मिस हो गया। इंग्लिश हिंदी कोडिंग आईटी टाइपिंग दे दिया।
कोडिंग का तुम लोग को स्कूल में होता है?
बकवास।
ओके ओके
इन्होंने अलग से एग्जाम बोले।
हमारा कोडिंग का एग्जाम्स भी है 20 मार्क्स का।
हमारे कंप्यूटर में क्या सिखाते हैं?
हमारे इसमें कंप्यूटर में हमें सिखाते हैं कि क्या इंटीमेट जोन फ्रेंड जोन नहीं
आपको
जब आएगी तो ये कुछ कार्टून वाला बच्चा है क्या? का देना है मेरे को वापस उठना पड़ेगा।
बादाम चाहिए ना कुछ बादाम
काजू चाहिए
किशमिश काजू
चाहिए तो किशमिश पसंद नहीं है
ऐसा नहीं वेट है
क्या
ये नहीं खाना नहीं फेंकता।
अरे यार छोड़
आलसी
तू दे दे इधर आना प्लीज।
Who is NKT teacher? Niharika Tiwari sir, chemistry के। Oh,
यही सर मुझे
मार लगा है।
ये चला सर
अभी
नीरज घूमा था किसी के
मेरी किस सर के साथ है तू भी आ जा अरे घटिया वो मुझे 2 वर्स्ट सब्जेक्ट्स का टीचर मिला।
ऐसे और किसी प्रोफेसर का नाम नहीं है। आशुतोष सर किसको मिले वो तो चेक करो। और बाकी खुद ही आना पड़ेगा। उठ के जाना पड़ेगा टीचर्स के पास।
अरे हाँ ओके तो खाएगा और थोड़ा
हाँ
तेरा कितने बजे?
चेक मेरा 3 समथिंग है नीचे से 3rd लास्ट है प्रॉब्लम मेरा नाम।
मतलब हम लोग मिल नहीं पाएंगे।
देख हम अरे वो देख रही सिग्मा नहीं है।
चलो
मेरी बुराई करेगी वो मैम।
कितने बजे हिस्ट्री वाले मेरा 3:30 है मेरा 4 है
मेरा भी 3:30 है।
कौन है एनकेटी सर?
पता है
मुझे तेरा
किलो कॉस्ट हां
मेरे को तो वो हिंदी की
तारीफ होने वाली है पहले इसकी।
मेरे को मिला सिद्धि कौन मिला?
नीलम जैसे हम दोनों को नीलम जैसे इंग्लिश की
अगर
बेस्ट है।
बीच में है तो मुझे
जो हमेशा गोवा की वाइब्स में आते हैं।
लोगों को पता है SND24
सोमिता में सो सकती है।
अभी वो बायो
नहीं सनीता में सो सकते हैं। सोमिता में SPD लिखते हैं। सोमिता देव।
हाँ
SPD लिखते हैं।
तेरे को मालूम
इसको भी वही है
ऐसी बात नहीं है।
मैं तो इसका सिंपल एब्सेंट ही रहता है
नहीं ये ठंडी लग रही है।
मैं इधर बैठ रहा हूँ इंडिया में तो ये बात
वेरी गुड हो गया बस बैठ 5 सेकंड जल्दी बोलो।
India में तो only teacher that knows the access which is why the become scared अभी फैन नहीं ऑफ होगा मैं पहले बोल रहा हूँ वरना मैं महाभारत
कभी हिंदी का प्रैक्टिस तू भी हिंदी पढ़ती
ये यार बात तो she's the only teacher who
उसको डरने है वो आगे बैठे
वो फोकस से गर्मी लग रही है यार ये ठंड लग रही है ना
आगे बैठ तू चीटर
I dread kids
अरे मतलब पंखा बंद कर अभी मैम
it's very hot
ये बंद करना
दीदिका दो पे तो कर यार
वेरी गुड बहुत बढ़िया मैम
can feel us ma'am please
नो हेड एंड सिट
ये उधर से ही पढ़ने का वो फैन ये
हम इधर अच्छा लगता है अनुराग तू भी आ जा
अनुराग संजीती अच्छा ओके अनुराग आ गया संजीती नहीं था संजीती इज एब्सेंट
Ma'am, can I go to washroom? Ma'am, they said like you have took the pass, so.
We told them go and stand in front of the washroom, take the pass and then go and they didn't go. Go and come first. Okay. Our history lesson. Nazism.
Ma'am, can I also go? No, wait. Why do you want to go washroom? Don't go washroom.
देख ले पास चला जाएगा
पास क्यों चला जाएगा
Where are we?
We have completed people lost confidence in Weimar Republic. We need to start with Hitler's rise to power. I think last time, no, what we completed. That's why I remember. We have repeated the entire thing in 2 lectures because people were absent. That's why we are only lost confidence in Weimar.
Children.
So you're a kid. Can you
I'm still
not do this?
I'm still 13 years.
I'm gonna turn 15 in a few months, like 1 month.
What month?
October.
November.
Okay. You're not.
I don't remember anything.
So 3 people left in class.
Yeah. One piece, one more. Yes, I'm going to start. Yes. We have learned about the conditions. It's that economic crisis. Okay. So economic crisis.
Also, I'm having trouble understanding civics, what is being taught in class. So can we do history quickly so we can complete with civics?
Which lesson?
We are on the 3rd lesson in civics. And we haven't done the 1st lesson in class.
Okay, first lesson.
We didn't do any civics. Civics we need to start. In our school, we have done the 3rd lesson and it's incredibly difficult to understand.
3rd lesson?
Yeah.
Okay. We have to learn first and second lessons.
Okay.
Nine. Second is done. First and third. First and third.
Second is done.
One day.
Only because for the exam, the first lesson we did, we only started with introduction.
Which one?
The first one. Why and
why not the one with constitution also we did? Constitution design that was what all are the preamble and all we have learned.
We are done.
Not done, but I remember to
constitutional
the second one is done.
Second
one's done.
So first standard.
No, first one we did for my exam.
There we have to learn about the different features of that democracy, because that lesson is repeating in 10th standard outcome lesson. Last lesson. So we need to, that is what democracy, why democracy, why democracy is a better system, that we are repeating in the 10th standard. So we need to learn thoroughly. Clear? Yes. So we will learn it afterwards. Let's go fast, I think so, because so many classes we continue this. You are okay with that, no? You understood this lesson?
Yeah.
Now, so what we were learning, the background we have seen, Germany was going through a big crisis, economic crisis. And at the same time, political condition was also very much bad. Why? Because Weimar Republic, then it was not having any proper system. So politically and economically, Germany was going through a very bad condition. This gave a chance for dictatorship. Understood? They were thinking that some powerful person should come to relieve us from all these problems.
Basically, a dictatorship can save us all.
That only. So this was the background. So born in 1889 in Austria, Hitler spent his youth in poverty. That is where the background we have seen so many times. And what he did during the First World War time. What was his work in the First World War time?
He was in messenger in the war.
Now,
Became a corporal.
corporal. Okay. Now this man, after that defeat of Germany,
he was very heartbroken. He believed that Germany would win, but when Germany lost, he lost faith in the country.
Faith in that. Another thing, when he come out, he had to see that Germany agreed or accepted the Treaty of Versailles. It was very harsh.
And humiliating.
So
Well,
that
it was more humiliating for the people, right?
even the country also, it was an insult to the country. Yeah, that much harsh terms they have to accept. That was very much humiliating to the country also. So this person got very annoyed by this particular situation, and what he did, he joined National Socialist Party. National
But he
Socialist.
joined the party called German Workers, and he took the organization and
National Socialist
changed the name like
German
in 1919.
Workers Party. Okay. So that is in short known
Hitler
as.
was an artist and poet, right?
Huh?
Hitler was an artist and
A
poet.
failed artist. He failed art school.
Come on, don't disrespect Hitler like that. He's gonna come back from dead for you.
Here, all are raising hands for that Hitler. So nothing.
All Hitler. All Hitler.
So not to tell anything. So what was that party?
National Socialist German Workers.
German Workers Party, in short known as Nazi Party.
Nazi.
No, he named it, not later.
First the German Workers Party,
Yeah, then he took
and
the
then he renamed it.
this
Okay.
also called as Nazi Party.
Now what happened in 1923? Hitler planned to seize control of Bavaria. See, what is that? Have you heard about Mussolini?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Mussolini,
There
yes.
is the Mussolini
Yes.
was the dictator of Italy.
Italy. So he wanted to imitate Mussolini.
Ooh.
So
Yes, ma'am.
Role model. Idol.
So Mussolini captured power by making a march towards Rome. Italy's capital was Rome. Italy's capital was Rome, and he marched towards Rome. So, by seeing that crowd accompanying Mussolini, they marched. Okay. Mussolini was the dictator of Italy. So, in order to capture power, first thing he did was, after forming his organization was called fascism. Fascism.
Why are these terms so annoying? Like, I don't know how to say that.
Listen. Ism means a system.
Okay.
Fascism came from that word bundle of phases.
Okay.
Bundle of phases means bundle of sticks or like that. From that only. So bundle of stick, what is the condition? If we are asked to break the
We
stick,
cannot break.
Unity.
Yeah.
Unity. So that is why he gave the name fascism. And Hitler was a blind follower of Mussolini. So he also thought that what Mussolini did in Italy, I should do in Germany. So first thing he did is marched to Bavaria. But what happened? He was captured. His march failed. He was put in jail.
No one really appreciated him for what he did, right, during the march to Bavaria.
But the thing is that he did not have that much large scale support base. And when you see that photo of this Hitler, he's a small size person. So there was no such attractivity in him. So his first attempt failed. But he came out with so much strength. What he did, he organized the party, and that party contested in the election. That time only 2.3% voted away. He did not stop there also. He revived the party, made the people to attract towards the party through different ways.
He was a great speaker.
That only, good orator. His oratory skill attracted. See, what was his aim? Ultimate aim is to become the head of that Germany. For that, he did many ways. So first was march, that failed. Second, contest the election, 2.5% vote only his party got. That also did not stop him from continuing.
2.6.
What is that? 2.6%. Correct. Now what happened? His method was in a different way now. He started organizing the people. Yes? Then you attend no other extra activity now. Extra activity should not be there. You just book means it's the organizing the people. Popular support he want. How can he get popular support? So that is what one way is that marches he organized. Marches you understood?
Yeah. Yes.
So in that he gave speeches. So he had great oratory skill.
I've seen a few of his, attempts at speaking in amongst people, and he was really aggressive with whatever he said. That he was like that they'll go back to normal. No, he was like extremely aggressive and he gave really false like beliefs to people. Like he would convince them he's gonna make everything better now. Yeah, because there was all power.
See, the person Hitler had one aim only. The target was to make Germany
Great again.
a powerful and strong country. For that, he wanted to do so many things then only, no? So drawing the attention of the people towards his speeches, towards his group, that was his aim, no? That is why he gave that speeches.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
extremely misleading though. But he did make the condition better. Like
no,
he killed people. He killed people. Good for but if you wouldn't have, we would not have Germany would have been poverty for Weimar.
okay. See, Weimar Republic, how long they were there? Very short period only. So, but his work, whatever he did, was a huge destruction to the country. That is what we can study about one person he appointed to recover the economy.
Yeah.
That is so that first you understood this one. Organize the people, gave speeches. His oratory skill was excellent.
He was a very good speaker.
So
I want to be like Hitler.
his diplomatic speeches were there. At the same time, he told the people to do so many things. When the speech is over, told people to do certain things. When his speech is over, there is a customary clapping, applause.
Forces people to clap for him.
Yes, that is what a customary clap is.
And he said that his own people then would clap extra loud for him.
So that is what a kind of he made the people to do, force the people to show that the people are supporting him.
So that other people believe that and start supporting.
So that is what. Then there was one symbol he used. What was the name of
Swastika.
Swastika. So these all things
he copied from India.
No. So he introduced all these things, and through that, listen. Because of that, he got popularity. Only popularity he got. He did not get power. But the president of Germany, Hindenburg, realized that he should be given some post because
he had
popularity is there. So now, by giving him some power in the government, that is, what was the name of that president? Hindenburg.
I like his name. Hindenburg.
So he appointed him, called this person to become, called Hitler to be the
highest
chancellor.
Yeah.
Chancellor. Okay. Now, chancellor was a post created only for him.
Yeah.
Now, when he became the chancellor, what he did everything to remove everyone, even the president also. Means
Mr. President.
His task was to remove all the political parties, everyone from the power, and he wanted to be the dictator.
He wanted to seize power, basically.
Got it? Now, you just, these all points you understood?
Yes.
What were the stages, how he become that powerful person? See, his oratory skill we have seen. Then whatever things he had done to get the popular support, then president called him. So by this time, the people started believing. In his speeches, he told that the foreigners were responsible for all the ills of Germany. Now, our task is to remove all that foreign elements.
So that's
So the people thought that he will be the Messiah, he will be the savior to save our country. So people were dragged towards him. Means it was like a magnetic attraction. People thought that
But only the people that were under favor in Hitler's reign, right? Like people would only support him
because of fear. It was not because of his work or any other characteristic. Because of fear. Otherwise, they will be exterminated. No. So that is why these people followed. Okay. Now, when he became the chancellor, the first thing he had done was burning of that mysterious fire in the parliament. Can you tell what is the name of that parliament? Parliament house? Reichstag. You should remember that Russian parliament is Duma. This German parliament is Reichstag. The spelling you have to learn.
Where is this written?
REIST.
Which part of the textbook?
Textbook.
Textbook
Textbook is
volume.
Volume. I don't.
Not tell the page.
Here I don't know. I remember and I told. But let me see. Textbook. It is sorry. Any other part?
It's not there in the textbook, but
The textbook it is there. Volume.
it's not there in the volume.
Volume. Textbook mein hai. You have to remember that.
It's there in the textbook, but not in the volume.
Textbook anybody have?
No. I think it's REICHSTAG. REICHSTAG. From my memory.
That you should.
Ma'am, it's already just chapter in our school, so I'm pretty sure it's
You just come and then write German parliament. Name of German parliament. Don't close it.
Yes, it's right seven.
Spelling.
REICH.
You just write it. STAG.
Yes, ma'am.
This one I was remembering, but I was confused with that spelling. Reichstag. Reichstag is the German parliament. Right.
I remember. If I write, I forget. I remember like this.
Okay, spelling.
REICHSTAG.
Okay. So when a mysterious fire broke out in German Parliament House. Now the next day he made
December 17th volume it's given.
70.
Where?
In the line before.
Yes, the first one.
1928.
Yes. In 1928.
The Nazi got promoted to 2.6%.
Yeah, Reichstag.
Okay, you should remember that one. Now, what happened? After that fire, he issued a fire decree. When was it? Fire decree on 28th.
Can you explain what exactly is the decree?
Decree is an order.
It's like Farmans, right?
Yes.
The fire decree revoked the rights to freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and freedom of press had been promised by the Roman states.
See, fire decree, why it is called? He issued the order because of that parliament fire. So that is why the freedoms were taken away from the people. and
blamed it on the people. Blamed it on them.
Blamed it on that communist and or that democratic supporters.
And Catholics, Democrats, and socialists.
So all those who support democratic ideals, to them only this was issued, and immediately packed off all these people. Understood? In order to remove them from that country, he issued that fire decree. So what was the importance of this fire decree? The fire decree of 28 February 1933 indefinitely suspended civic rights like freedom of speech, press, and assembly that had been guaranteed by the Weimar Constitution. Learn that, fire decree. Then he turned on his arch enemies, the communists, most of whom were hurriedly packed off to the newly established concentration camps.
Ooh, I love this.
Okay. The repression of the communists was severe. Out of the surviving 6,808 arrest files of Düsseldorf, a small city of 500,000 population, 1,440 were those of communists. There were, however, only one among the 52 types of victims persecuted by the Nazis. So, how many types of victims were there? 52 types. And this communists were only one type. Understood? So many types of persecution.
Ma'am, if we keep silence, 1 minute silence for each person who died due to Holocaust, the world will be silent for 11.5 years.
Love that.
What? Yeah, it's very. No, I didn't even understand what this. You're slow, Aditi.
Holocaust, no?
Yeah. If we keep silence for every victim who died due to Holocaust, the world will be silent for 11.5 years.
For 1 second for every person.
No, 1 minute for each person.
You don't stay silent for 1 second for anyone.
See, now.
Imagine so many people.
So that many people were killed.
Yeah.
Through that Holocaust. Okay. Now, afterwards, so first fire decree was on 28th February 1933. Okay. Afterwards, the next important development was 3rd March. What was the Enabling Act? So, fire
March 1933,
Enabling Act.
Establishing dictatorship.
So, Enabling Act established dictatorship. What was the importance of Enabling Act?
It established dictatorship. But didn't the people oppose the dictatorship? Was it publicly accepted?
How can
they like Hitler now? Okay.
No, it is not because of liking, it is sheer fear only. Because they were packed off, no, that those who were in favor of democracy were all packed off. They were sent to concentration camps. So now, if anybody opposing, their condition is also like that. So, Enabling Act established dictatorship. So, what was the, if 1 mark question come, Enabling Act ka outcome kya tha?
It established dictatorship.
So, then they got, then he got the power to rule by decrees. Okay. All political parties and trade unions were banned except the Nazi party and its affiliates. Okay.
Affiliates for who? The parties?
Those who supported Nazism. That means small some groups were there.
Okay, so they were allowed to.
Actually, when you study the further part, you will understand. From the age of 7 onwards, different groups were formed. Students, youngsters, youth league, like that.
So they basically brainwashed the entire population.
Yes, you can study.
I love this.
It is.
Oh my god.
So different groups. That is what called
power and intelligence that guy had.
Okay. Okay.
He connected 7-year-olds to do that. I love
The state established complete control over economy, media, army, and judiciary. Special surveillance and security forces were created to control and order society in ways that the Nazis wanted. So means special groups were there. Like you might have heard about the Gestapo, a particular type of police force.
Yeah.
Okay. So like that, surveillance and
It's a
security.
secret police.
They were kind of a secret police, so people knew who they were.
No,
Yeah.
people didn't know that.
Apart,
They were in disguise.
apart
Like,
from
people knew what they did.
you listen, apart from the existing regular police in green uniform and the SA or the stormtroopers, this included the Gestapo, secret state police, the SS, the protection squads, criminal police, and the security service. Actually, their work is to find out if anybody criticizes Hitler or not. And those people were immediately packed off to different parts like a concentration camp, gas chambers, or like that. That is why these all groups were formed.
Hitler was such a man-child, he can't even handle criticism.
2 minutes
Also, he named
But
his,
all hate Hitler. He was very.
he named one of his police forces off of Star Wars, Stormtroopers.
It was the extra constitutional powers of these newly organized forces that gave Nazi state its reputation as the most dreaded criminal state.
Do you understand sarcasm?
What was
No,
the yes, what was the name got for this Germany? Most dreaded criminal state. The world branded Germany as most dreaded criminal.
So if the word knew how cruel Germany was, why didn't they save the people there? Actually, why aren't they saving North Koreans?
Yeah.
The same logic, right?
Okay.
Why is it false?
Got it. Underline. Huh? No. The people could now be detained in Gestapo torture chambers. Gestapos also have torture chambers, rounded up and sent to concentration camps. Then deported at will or arrested without any legal procedures. The police forces acquired powers to rule with impunity. So if anything this police force do, nobody will punish them. So that much power the police forces got. Now, your term is coming. What is that? Hitler already promised the people that if you give power to me, I will reconstruct Germany.
One people, one empire, one leader.
So his aim was to bring economic reconstruction first. So he appointed one finance minister, his name Hjalmar Sachet. Okay?
No,
Hjalmar.
it is Hjalmar.
Where is this?
H should be silent.
Oh, isn't J something?
J no.
Remember?
Ma'am, what is the page number of that?
Page number 71, reconstruction.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Jalmar.
Jalmar.
Side, it's Halmer.
Hjalmar, right?
Hjalmar.
Hjalmar means Jal.
That's what Ma'am said.
Because Hjalmar.
Yeah,
I thought J was silent.
Then, who aimed at, what was his policy? Okay, two policies were there. Full production, underline these terms very clearly, afterwards don't forget about it. Full production and full employment. What was the policy?
Full production, full employment.
Employment.
He
All
invented.
So, because of that, economy was reconstructed. You have to remember that what was the condition earlier when he came to power. Now,
Terrible.
because of reconstruction, what happened? Let's see. This project produced famous German superhighways and people's car Volkswagen. Okay.
Volkswagen is so old company.
Yes. Now only some people keep it as souvenirs. Even India also have that Volkswagen as souvenirs. Okay. So that older company was started by the government's control. It was not a private control.
Now it's private control, right?
Of course, Hitler's not going to control it. He's
So-
dead, bro. He's dead.
And this Volkswagen car was sold in a very low price, like a beggar also can buy the car. Like,
See,
why, man? But
why?
He
I will
wanted to
tell you.
save German economy somehow.
See, German economy have to be brought on track. How
And they
that
wanted to have
every
employment
person should get employment. That how that employment was created. See, no, mass production. I will tell you. Everyone was given the work to construct the roads. After that construction, that is super highways were built. After that work, they need to get wages.
Yeah, because
So the
one job
government,
cannot save that.
government fixed a wage for those who work.
Worked in.
So every member of the family who worked, they get that fixed wages. And this fixed wages,
Wouldn't that be unfair to very skilled people who could not get employment and now they are stuck doing that fixed wage work?
see, something is better than nothing.
No, but everyone.
They were
That is disguised unemployment.
Germany wasn't crippling
I think for
that.
the road you need planning also. You can't just make the road. You need people to plan the road also. Then you
Ritika, Germany wasn't crippling
See,
that at the time.
for reconstruction they have to. That is everywhere.
And not
For that purpose they have to.
reconstruction of public places and
See,
stuff like that.
they have to make some sacrifices then only. If, do you know that America was the worst affected. Now, worst affected 1929 onwards they were suffering.
Yeah, because
Now,
of the World War.
1932, one new president came.
That was when they were going through depression, right?
Yes. That president was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
FD Roosevelt. See, this person was there during the time of Second World War also. So many years he continued. Why? That he only brought America out of.
Yeah, he brought America back to track and made America
How?
great.
There also the same thing was
Million
introduced. Same method was introduced. What was that? People were
Mass
told.
employment.
People were told to clear the forest, make roads. Even Kennedy Airport and all were built during that time. All this, and here also they fixed like that. Very low wages only. They fixed that one, and this money will come back to the government
Through the form of
ration. So the government started giving the things, and this money come back. So like that, he reformed that economy. So the same thing was adopted in another way in Germany. So country got super highways, country got Volkswagen,
People
country
got employment.
understood. So the same thing, America also got good roads, good airports, good systems, and economy also came back on track. That is why this policy, that is also again your question, got the answer or not?
Yeah.
If they have money, they could purchase. On higher purchase basis also they could. Okay.
So no one could have thought of this before in a democracy time.
No, the implementation would be very much difficult in democracy.
Because
Yes.
People like what do you call it, communism, because the whatever you want to implement, you can implement it instantly. In democracy, you need 90 people to approve the same thing, and then 10 people will oppose it.
So it is based on debate, discussion, then voting.
Yeah,
So
and
that-
it takes too long for a simple thing to happen.
In foreign policy also, Hitler acquired quick successes. He pulled out of League of Nations. Now, what was there in that? Listen, the first thing he did was that pulled out of League of Nations. What is going on? Second is that Rhineland was
Reoccupied in 1936. It was reoccupied. It's written over here.
okay. Remilitarized 1 lakh only they were allowed to kill.
Yeah.
So military strength was increased to 8 lakh within no time. Understood?
So people were eager to join the military. They were just not allowed to.
No, earlier
No, Germany was forced to demilitarize the Rhineland on the cause of the Treaty of Versailles.
Treaty of Versailles. So afterwards, the strength they increased. After that increasing the strength, rush for conquering the territories. Understood?
Yeah.
So which one are the reoccupied Rhineland in 1936, then Austria and Germany in 1938. Understood? One by one, the territories began to be
Reoccupied.
Now, what was his slogan?
One people, one empire, one leader.
So means all those who speak German language
Are the same
to
language.
be brought under the control of Hitler.
Everyone who speaks German.
Huh?
Everyone who speaks
No,
German.
no.
People spoke
Earlier times,
It
was-
Whatever.
No.
You know what.
it was on the basis of conquered territories. I mean, boundaries are not fixed. So people could leave any part. If a king conquer that place, that will come under this one, but people used to leave there. Like that, Austria-Hungary was also a German-speaking population. Poland was also having German speaking.
Czechia
huge.
Czechia also. Czechia also.
Czechoslovakia.
Yes, sir.
Czechoslovakia.
What is modern day name of?
Modern day
It's
Czech
Czech
Republic
Republic
and
and
Slovakia.
Two.
So, like that, one, what is the slogan? One people, one empire, one leader. So, started conquering. Now, next territory. So, here which all territories? One is Rhineland, 1936.
Yeah.
1938, Austria-Hungary. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, next region he conquered was Sudetenland. Okay, Sudetenland he conquered.
Is it?
Yes,
Where is this?
Sudetenland
It
is
sounds like Sudan in
no. Czechoslovakia's control only Sudetenland. This land is having some peculiarity. The largest ammunition factory was there in Sudetenland.
Arms and ammunition.
Arms and ammunition. So, but he thought that by getting control of Sudetenland, he could get control of this arm factory.
Ma'am, can I use the washroom?
Yes. So, Sudetenland, you understood?
Yeah.
Then, afterwards, Sudetenland conquered, then he gobbled up Czechoslovakia. After conquering Sudetenland, full Czechoslovakia was occupied. Naturally, you will think that what happened to that other countries? They were keeping quiet only all this time. Why they kept quiet? Because they were following a policy of appeasement.
What is that?
Appeasement is a policy of conciliating one country at the cost of other. By conciliating means let Germany conquer these territories. Understood? It is not related to any peace. हम आंख बंद करके इधर बैठेगा, let this country conquer.
Okay, अच्छा, it does not affect me, not my problem.
That means let that country conquer. चुपचाप रहेगा, देखते जाएगा. So this policy was one of the policy of Second World War. One of the reason why they followed after making that Treaty of Versailles, they thought that it was too harsh. Understood? After that only they started thinking. All her colonies were taken, all her territories were distributed among, coal mines were taken, iron ore mines were taken, Rhineland was taken. So how they will survive? And at the same time they had to pay huge indemnity. So they started thinking it was too harsh. So they kept quiet. Until it come to their doorstep, they kept quiet.
The last straw was when he invaded Poland.
So that is what. Clear? This much you understood? Next is that in all of this, he had the unspoken support of England. That is what I told you, appeasement, which had considered the Versailles verdict was too harsh. These two successes at home and abroad seemed to reverse the destiny of the country. So, what is that? Now it had a huge army. It conquered some places. Power it had. Economically, it was improving. So, all the bad conditions were changed to luck. Now, next is that Hitler did not stop here. इतना सब कुछ मिला तो स्टॉप करना चाहिए था. साचेत भी बोला अभी आगे ऐसा नहीं करने का. हमारा इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है हमको दूसरा कंट्री कॉन्कर करने का. ऐसा बोलने वाले को हिटलर के साथ जगह नहीं है.
Hitler was very ambitious.
He was ambitious. He doesn't want to hear any suggestions. He only appointed Sargent. Who was Sargent? You understood? That economic reconstruction financial advisor, no? So that person suggested, now don't go forward. First let us have some economic stability, then we go. Immediately he was terminated. Okay. So then cautious people, however, had no place in Nazi Germany. Sargent had to leave. Hitler chose war as the way out of approaching economic crisis. Now, resources were to be accumulated through expansion. Hitler thought that by conquering many places, he will get resources. That was his idea. Okay. In September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. That was the turning point.
Actually, there's one thing that is not given in the textbook, that Germany and Russia actually both invaded Poland. Germany and USSR they actually had previously signed a pact.
Yes.
And they both actually invaded Poland through an agreement.
Yes, that is actually
it is not
anti-aggression pact was made.
Yes, ma'am.
That is both. That is Germany will not attack Russia. Russia will not attack Germany.
Yes,
but what happened? The position of Poland was like that. Russia can have easy access. Here, Germany also. From south, Germany could attack. From that west to eastern country only that Russia is there. So from there it could. So these two countries simultaneously
attack from both sides. No, it's not given in the book.
No. So that is there in that ICSE 10 standard. No. So what you got to know now, Poland's invasion by Germany made Britain and France to declare war on Germany. Got it? So attack on Poland.
This was the event that triggered the Second World War.
See, why that Poland was a cause for that entry of Britain and France?
And because Britain and France saw that even after all of this success, Hitler still wasn't stopping it. It was getting out of control. So they had to come and stop.
It is not because of that. Poland was a neutral country.
Poland is still to this day a neutral country.
So it was neither the side of that what is that allied powers nor with central powers. It was a neutral country. The attack on this neutral country forced Britain and France to declare war on Germany. But in spite of the declaration of war, there was no actual war. By the
Love that.
But actually, Germany continued her conquest. Germany conquered as much
And
places.
France and Britain declared war, but they didn't actually, try to fight Germany at all.
That only I don't know.
Why?
The same
They don't
thing.
declare a war.
No. Why they declared war? To show that we will face you if you continue. It was a threat like that. But Germany did not mind it. Germany conquered Poland. Afterwards, it moved towards the north.
In previous chapters, we learned that France and Britain didn't have good relations with each other.
But
So
they
how
hated.
come, how come they're fighting
To
together?
this day, France and Britain have great connections after the World War.
See,
No, before World
no.
They were
Yes,
considered
yes.
enemies.
Because
Yes.
they wanted to conquer the same places. They wanted
Now
the
why
same
are they
thing.
fighting together?
No.
That is my question.
No. Britain and France were the superpowers before the World Wars.
Yeah.
Russia and USA were not there.
They were not even in the picture.
These two countries were powerful countries. That means they are the superpowers. Okay. One is having control over the waters. That means one is seafaring. Whenever the war take place in water,
One of them.
that is Britain used to be.
I always believe France was strong with water.
Because English
No,
Channel
British
is
Navy is
British
famous for
Navy
being one of the strongest navies.
naval power. It is the naval power. And whenever the war takes place in France, on land,
we do
France
naval.
used. That is why in history you might have heard about the Carnatic Wars.
Yeah, and it,
So this Carnatic Wars also
last year we learned about that.
Britain and France. So this was the connection. Yes.
They had it last year. We don't get anything like that.
So
Our textbook was really good last year.
Yeah.
It was a private publication textbook and it was really good. Footprints. We had different.
Beanstalk. We had Beanstalk fiction publication. We had Oxford.
Our textbook was overall really well. Like it consists of Indian and outside history.
Even here,
Very good base for 9th grade.
But
We had Indian wars of successions. We had Indian wars of succession in our textbook.
We had Indian Renaissance.
We had like whole entire how Maharashtra fought for power from British. We had the entire 4 or 5 battles. We had them in detail. Maratha War of Succession, everything. Ryan SST textbook last year was so good. Even the English textbook every year is really well.
Didn't English textbook just the NCERT book?
No, we never follow NCERT until 9th grade. Same.
Even we didn't follow NCERT.
Yeah, our school.
NCERT started.
We don't even have NCERT for maths in our school.
Yeah,
We have private publication maths, and it is so incredibly difficult. That's why I'm a poor
Now
student in
also.
maths.
Now also.
now they have, but they don't usually teach from NCERT. They take the topic.
I like the
explain
I like the chapters in our English, which is also private.
They have private publication in 9th grade for
In
English.
English.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is so
even I
difficult
have.
because they have, these three people, they get separate lectures from me because I have different textbook in English. It is very difficult.
But
Yeah.
like the previous school, they follow behind like words
Yeah.
here, but here they follow like MC.
My school till 9th
Even
standard
our
all books
school,
are
this year
private.
only,
private.
I came
Ma'am,
from
we have
private.
that English
And
is
it
very
was good
easy.
actually.
We
Yeah.
have like a
Good.
Guys, NCERT English is very
NCERT is a straight to point.
NCERT after 9th standard they start.
Their
Ninth
school
standard is all private.
only this
And in Jaipur school, we are doing the communicative English, right? What is the
But
name of it?
now language and literature is now.
don't even have NCERT for English and it's so different than textbook. They have 3 textbooks, like chapter textbooks.
Our textbook is this small and it moves fast.
If these 2 points also you have to, that a tripartite agreement and all.
Now we didn't answer my question.
Yes, what I was telling.
Why French and English?
That's
study
what ma'am
That is
explained.
what no. That is in order to show the strength. Then whenever
That's
they
So
are
that is what they fought. Now why did this become friends?
They came together.
no.
Why?
Ma'am, they had a common enemy in Germany.
Wait. See, first World War time, Ottoman Empire, Austria-Hungary, and Germany together formed one group. Now to challenge, to oppose, they need one group.
Yeah.
That is why the capitalist countries together joined and formed the
Central Power.
Central
Right.
Triple Alliance.
Yeah.
Triple Alliance. Okay. So everyone want to defend themselves, no? So for security purpose they made.
And basically, they had a common enemy. That's why they came together.
I love history lectures. Same. Thank you all.
But what is happening? That is, we are going backward.
Next class we'll cope up with the syllabus.
Nazism
just-
is the easiest.
No. One thing, if you are reading and coming, we can do fast.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Chapter is done in my school, so I know.
okay, you just read and come. So that
Siddhi
you also.
Yeah.
Siddhi is.
Siddhi was silent
Siddhi
listener.
need so much, you know. That is reason.
It's another creating of citation.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Check my side.
बड़ा चल रहा है कितनी वेळ
अरे चल ना.
एक मिनिट मुझे एक क्लास है
You tell me what is the timing should I take?